Alright, it's a follow-up video to the Redneck ATV snowplow. I guess I shouldn't call it Redneck because it's actually engineered pretty well. That's my little buddy there. And made out of wood. With all the snow we had this winter, decided to make something to put on my ATV instead of spending $600 on a plow or snowblower or anything like that. So I'm going to kind of start by showing you what's my ATV. First of all, it's an Arctic 650 V-twin. Doesn't come in camo. That's a camo, nylon camo cover. It's got the aluminum rims and stock tires. Hopefully sometime replace the tires. But let's start with the business end of the plow, or actually the rear end I should say, but this is really where all the action happens. It's very, very simple. All it is double stacked 2x4s horizontally and then 2 vertically, sandwiched all together and screwed together with 3-inch screws, and then using a 5 1/4-inch Reese drop hitch, I put a 5/16 bolt that's about 7 inches long through there with some washers just so it's got some play. Don't bolt it down too tight. You want that to wiggle a little bit, but just drill your hole the same size as the bolt and just make it nice and snug. Just remember that that will sit on top of snow, so if you don't plow in front of you and you try and drop your plow down, it will sit on top of the snow and won't plow anywhere. So that's the back end. It's exactly 8 feet all the way to that front. Well, you can't really see how it's connected on there. Maybe I can knock some of that snow off in a second. But it goes all the way through, and then there's kind of a triangular angle braces both on the side here that go from the side to the base of the plow. The center piece goes obviously all the way through the center, and then there's an angle brace through the top to give it some support so it doesn't kick backwards. And you see those side braces don't go all the way to the front, and the reason for that is they were added on after the fact, after I did some testing and broke the thing and realized I needed a little bit more strength. That used to be an eye bolt. It's half opened up because of all the work it's had, but basically it's just a big eye bolt, like a lag bolt that drills down in there and holds tight, and that's where the winch attaches to raise it and lower it. And Hunter will go ahead and raise it up and lower it. Go ahead, raise it. That's good. Alright, go ahead and drop it. Good. Doesn't need much. It's a little bit of clearance. You know, you can only get so high underneath the ATV with that setup anyway, so you only need to raise it and lower it a few inches. In fact, you could probably make a manual arm like a lot of the snow plows have in order to raise and lower the plow. Now let's look at the plow itself, the blade itself. It's a 15-degree angle down here on the bottom. Just a simple 2x4 block with some bracing, and the only thing I had was a piece of OSB. Didn't feel like buying any more plywood. Wouldn't normally ever use that where it's going to get wet because that thing will obviously deteriorate over time, but it's a 3/4-inch piece of OSB, and to protect it I bought a piece of 6-foot flat bar and cut it off, and then just screwed it on with some big 3/4-inch washers just to protect that front edge of the blade. And these bolts here and this little setup here, it's not ideal, but what it does is it keeps the blade from going left and right because there's really nothing to hold it on there. And so all I did was drop it down at grade and then take some straps that don't stretch and then pulled them in nice and tight from the bars of the ATV. And then that green strap just does nothing more than hold the hooks from those straps on to keep them from coming off when it goes slack. Because, hey Hunter, go ahead and raise up the plow. That's good. And you see those go slack right there, and then that just holds it so that they don't come out when you're going up and down and pushing snow. So that's basically how it's made. Very, very simple design. I might put some plans together for it if anybody's interested. And that's it. So that is the homemade. I'm going to start calling it homemade instead of redneck snowplow. That's the Homemade's ATV snowplow right there.